delighted to welcome you all this evening for a farewell party and a farewell thank you to Borough Commander Dal Babu. We'll start the evening with a dance item.
from Parak. It's called O Sajna Barkha Baharai.
Dal Babu speaks 4 languages, which is important in multicultural society. He has been awarded Order of British Empire. He holds master's degree and is responsible for public confidence in reducing the crime in Harrow. Dal Babu has been a prominent and eloquent spokesman for the Asian community with wide public exposure, including being a runner-up for the Asian Voice Uniform Officers Award. While he no longer experiences open racism, he has had many battles. In 2003, he won a landmark case against the Met after claiming that he failed to win promotion and faced discrimination because of his faith. The term that I use, lace curtain racism, that is, the perpetrator sees it from inside, but the recipient cannot see it from outside. What we have, the curtains in our windows, the lace curtain, we call that lace curtain racism, it would take a generation or two before we eradicate this practice. As far as the International Siddhashram Sakti Center and Sangat Center are concerned, Dal Babu has not only been a good friend and supporter, but has worked very closely with us on a number of issues and events for which he deserves our big thank you. And this evening we host a farewell dinner in appreciation of what he has done, not only for our two organizations, but for the people of Harrow. Thank you.
My enduring memory of Dal Babu will be of a borough commander cycling through the borough. And with anecdotes to share with us when he comes to events, and very memorable anecdotes. I remember his reference to his mom and her quip, "Am I going to have tea at Buckingham Palace?" And then years later, when he was receiving his OBE, he took her with him. And in a sense, it's those kind of memories that you have of a mother and son exchanging words, and then a son being able to actually make that dream come true. So he was honored by the Queen for years of service, and well-deserved too, that is. In Harrow, Dal Babu made violence against women and girls a center of his watch. And zero tolerance that he brought to Harrow was a really useful way of supporting women and the women's organizations that have been fighting and campaigning for a better society. Desmond Tutu said, "Do your little bit of good where you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world." Dal has done that. He has done his little bits of good because he loves his job, as we've just heard. He worked at delivering public service, and he has helped us in Harrow because he has been an inspiring borough commander. First Muslim borough commander, first Asian that I know of. And it's with a sense of pride that we see him as the first police officer in the borough, delivering in a way that is exemplary. So thank you. So whether it's because he's the first Asian borough commander, or whether it's as a cyclist raising money for charity, whether it's as a proud father of very talented daughters, or a proud son of thoughtful parents, he has done his little bit of good. And he has helped to bring positive change wherever he's been. So we hope he will keep Harrow as a place that is special in his heart, and that he will come and visit us often. So you are not being let off the hook. We expect to see you around. So on behalf of the Mayor of Harrow, Nizam Ismail, councillors of Harrow, and citizens of the borough, we say a big thank you for all that you've done.
chief beloved guest. Is it plain Dal Babu now, is it? Dal Babu, which is important, is the person and what he stands for. Very, very hugely welcome back to Harrow and keep on coming back, as already been mentioned and will be mentioned. I think late 70s, early 80s, Keith and I would have pitched battles sometimes with the police themselves. Because again, you know, compare the police then and what we have now, a complete sea change, the whole cultural change. Police have come a long, long way in terms of addressing racism and not being part of racist organization. Still, not that it's all completely done and dusted. Like in every institution, every organization, we still have those challenges that we face, and that is driving out that level of discriminatory and prejudicial racist practices, which obviously still does exist in police. But this is where we need leadership like what Dal Babu has provided. And whilst he has left the police force officially, I'm sure he will carry on, from what we already heard, addressing those issues in one shape or the other. I simply want to, one can say a lot, I don't want to go through all the details, but I'd simply like to say that whilst we are all very proud of and contributed to the peace and harmony that we have as a very strong multicultural community, but that success has not just come easily, without pain, without solid work, and from all communities, but that is where people like Dal Babu's leadership has contributed in a huge way towards strengthening community cohesion. Two examples: when the UDL, when the EDL threatened when they threatened the mosque, we were there in large numbers, regardless of our religious or cultural background, defending our faith community. Similarly, when we had terrorism, for example, in India against the Hindu temple, the Swaminarayan temple, etc., there were the police and the community, coming together, making sure that messages of reassurance were given to the Hindu community in temples, both in Harrow and Brent. And I remember Dal Babu and others visiting. So that is what we are celebrating, and saying a big thank you to Dal Babu for everything he has done for Harrow. And please, we want this link that we have, the relationship that we have, to continue for as long as we can, forever. Thank you very much. I would now invite the leader of Brent Council, Councillor Ahmad Babu.
Good evening, everyone. Wasn't expecting that anyway, but just want to say thank you to everyone. Dal Babu, thank you very much for all the work you've done in Harrow, and I know you've been working with Matt Gardner and Brent as well, making sure the cross-border activities are all covered as well, and making us all feel safe in our homes and on our streets. It's something that we should applaud, and I thank you very much. To give a good round of applause. And it's Nevin Bai, thank you very much for your kind words, and I want to say thank you to all the other councillors that were here as well, because it's the councillors who work within the communities who are doing the work to make sure that all of us are kept safe. And I hope that working with the councillors, working with the council, working with the police, we can make our communities much safer. And in Brent, we have a very diverse community, but it's just making sure we are all one community, we are one family, all working together. And I hope that we can keep that and keep the spirit of working together foremost in our minds, and working with the police, hopefully keep everything in check as well. I want to thank County Fire, everybody else for giving us the opportunity to say thank you to Dal Babu as well. I'll leave it there because I think we might be getting bored of speeches. Thank you very much.
It's now about 30, 40 years that I have seen this gentleman in action. It's none other than a champion who's fought for the Asian community for all these years, Honorary Alderman Keith Toms.
I'm one of those people that don't need a microphone. Being Welsh, I have a very loud voice. I came to England. I was born in a mining community in South Wales. My parents left school at 12. My mother was of Spanish gypsy stock, and I was lucky. I won a scholarship to a school 15 miles away, and I ended up coming to England to finish off my education. My father was imprisoned in 1926 on a conspiracy charge during the general strike. So I came up with rather a jaundiced view of the police anyway. And I was a member of another political party before the Labour Party. I was one of those people your parents warned you against. I was a student activist in the 60s. And I had a pretty jaundiced view of the police, but what was happening then? And when I came to live in Harrow, and this party expelled me, not because I came to live in Harrow. I joined the Labour Party, and within 2 years I was a councillor. And I taught in the East End, and I was head of house in a comprehensive school, a place called Hoxton, which has become gentrified now, but was full of bomb sites when I started. And I'd go back to my community in Wales, and I think my father, by the way, would regard me as the greatest failure of all, being Henry Alderman from the London Borough of Harrow. Someone said, had he been alive, this old chap said to me, had he been alive, when you became leader of the opposition, those Labour councillors, he'd have shot himself. Now, I know what was happening. I watched what was happening. I went with community leaders to Southampton Police Station once to meet with the chief superintendent there. And I felt so appalled, right, with the reception that we got, right? Knowing Candy and other people, and sorry, welcome her, I should be confused. I brought her, and now I'm not welcome. I was so appalled with the reception that I felt ashamed. I really felt ashamed. Now, we have come a long way. I actually found myself in police consultative committees defending the police. And I thought, goodness, thank goodness my father's not allowed to see this point. But I've watched the development, you see. I have seen what can be achieved. And it's through people of goodwill. And it's through people who, as a friend said to me, you judge people when I was younger too harshly. Their heart's in the right place. And that's what it's all about. And you have contributed so much to the well-being of this borough. You have taught us so much. And it's very easy for people like me to sort of preach on the question of integration and all the rest. I'm lucky. I have the privilege of doing the citizenship ceremony very often for new citizens. And I see what the benefit, what credit, what great things are happening in this country. Little secret, my family want me to go back to Wales. And I think there's certain councillors in Harrow that want me to go back to Wales. I'm not going back to Wales. I'm staying, you know why? Because of the achievements of people about and people like you. I love this place. This is my home now. And because of the efforts that you have put in, I think she was attracted by my negative social status. She comes from a Quaker family, which, as you know, they're very prosperous people. And as an old Quaker saying, wait not to be backed by numbers, but fear the voices on the side of truth. The stronger and more distinct must be your own. Well, you know, that's where he's coming from, right? He's not waiting to be backed by numbers. And there's lots of people within the community who've not waited to be backed by numbers. And here we are today. And remember, it was due to the activities of people like Val and other people within the community that we didn't have the trouble coming to this borough that other boroughs did. And that, if ever there's a credit to you and the epitaph to you, that will be it. Now, during the citizenship ceremony, I'm doing a sideline now, and if you behave yourself for another couple of years, now, if you behave yourself for another couple of years, I'll make you a Welsh citizen. Thank you so much for all you've contributed. Seriously, your contribution has been seminal, and you know, I cannot speak too highly, and everyone here has got all the heart for you because you have achieved so much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Thank you. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here at the farewell of Dal Babu, and everybody knows him so very well. And I had a lot of engagement and meetings and works to do as a president of Hindu Forum of Britain. I don't know how far Dalvinder has been there, but I certainly said we are with you. And there was one specific project which we tried to work it. Take a team of youth here to an NGO in India and spend 7 days working there with the children, because I'm associated with a very large NGO in India for the last 26 years, which look after challenged children. You know, and that was a project we were working, but somehow there were difficulties, the holidays or getting parents' permissions and all that. But with Mahesh and Dal Babu, we had a lot of meetings that we will make it successful, we'll find the relevant sponsors. So he was just not a police commander here, but he had to his heart the issues which are faced in the borough and how best, you know, we can come out and get the children into development and all that. And so it's a great loss to the borough here. That I hope your successor is equally good, and I hope that he's taking your advice, the work which you left halfway, and we are willing to work, you know, for the benefit of the community at large here. Well, I'm from Brand, but it doesn't matter boundaries. We're going to look after the youth of the whole of the country. So Dal, it's been a great honor and pleasure, a privilege knowing you, and we will be in our touch. And we had a fantastic time in Paralympics as well. we went together to see the opening ceremony. Was it opening or closing? I can't remember. Yeah, opening ceremony together, and we spent time together as well. So good memories, Dal, and nice to see you. Thank you, everybody.
We also have the leader of the Sikh community, Mr. Gopal Bachu. Please come and say a few words.
Madam Deputy Mayor and Guruji, Swamiji, and Council Member, and of course our chief guest, Dal. It's been a pleasure being here, and I'm glad to have been invited on behalf of the Sikh community of Harrow. I represent the Harrow Sikhs. There are 4,000 of us here, and I am the chair. What can I say here? I mean, Dal has been such a great person in Harrow. I remember having quite a few meetings with him. Every time there was some problem, he would call. But the one that sticks in mind is when we had that little mishmash with the, I don't know whether you remember, the army chief got attacked, Colonel Army Brar or something, and then I got a call saying, how are the Sikhs behaving in Harrow after that? I said, don't worry, there's no problem in Harrow at all. You know, everything's fine. But if anything happens, I will let you know. So, and of course, there was always a call. Anytime anything happened, we were with Mahesh, and Dal sitting in his office to sort things out. And this is the good thing about him. He always got us all in together. And one of the good things about him was community cohesion. Community cohesion, one of his starting points and main issues. So thank you for all your help and advice, and glad to be here to say goodbye to you. And thank you very much.
Thank you. We're glad the Deputy Mayor could make it to this function, and I would like to request Anila Shah of Sangat Center to present a bouquet to the Deputy Mayor. I request Sonia, a young police officer, to present a bouquet of red roses to Dal Babu. On behalf of International Siddhashram Shakti Center and Sangat Center, we would like to say a very big thank you to Dal Babu and would like to present him a memento. Now we'll have response to all those speeches from our chief guest.
Thank you very much. First of all, it's just great having the Deputy Mayor here. County Vibe has been a sort of real inspiration for me. We've had some really, really sensible conversations. Dr. Palmer has been phenomenal in terms of the advice he's given to us privately and been somebody who I could trust implicitly. So I just wanted to say thank you very much to all those people in the cheap seats. Let me just start, and I will come to the old man in the older Actually, if you look at what politicians are now doing, whether it's Baroness Wasi, who was a first Muslim cabinet member who did a huge amount of work and continues to do work as an international development officer, whether it's the shadow members of Sadiq Khan. I'm really, really touched when I see how much progress has been made by politicians, and actually our own politicians. I know, Nadim, we've had some very, very interesting conversations. One of them was a private conversation, which I'll share with you now, is, Dal, I'm going to be saying some really horrible things about you. Don't take it personally. And actually, Nadim was absolutely right. You know, as a member for Brent and Harrow, he was challenging me on a continual basis around what we were delivering. And I think that was absolutely right, Nadim. I know you made life very uncomfortable for me, but it was the right thing to do. Yeah, you were doing your job. And you did it very nicely, sometimes. But it's important. And I actually had a few fallouts with the Commissioner, because some of the difficulties was about when you have to rationalise an organisation, when you have to cut the cloth to what we've got, you have to make some difficulties. Sometimes I just didn't agree with some of the things that were being suggested. But I think it was, at the back of my mind, it was about making sure that I could look people from Harrow in the eye and say, this is the best I can do for you. And there were times when I had to make some very, very difficult decisions. And I know Satya, who has done some phenomenal work with the Hindu Police Association. I remember a trip to, I got some cheap, very, very cheap tickets to go along to the opening of the Paralympics, and they were so cheap you couldn't see anything. You sat next to your brother, and your brother managed to get us into the most expensive seats. Touching distance from the Queen, which I thought was quite interesting. And I just wanted to thank you very much for all the times, all the support you've given around disputes that we've had around religious I'm frustrated about the project. And I think sometimes I was seen as a bit of a maverick. I just wanted to do things and make things happen. And I think the NGO in Mumbai, just Catch had agreed, you agreed, and the difficulty was trying to get that the police to health and safety. But maybe maybe we can still do that. Do that. Alderman Toms, what a character! What an amazing character! And in fact, I've got a quote from your communist days. When you were talking about that you would belong to another party, I thought it was with the Conservatives. Steady on. Well, there's a quote, and it's the quote I used for the Labour Party when I first went to the Labour group here, and it was Frederick Engels. And when Karl Marx came over here, he was writing Das Kapital in the British Library. Frederick Engels, who was living in Manchester and was seeing a huge amount of inequality, sort of wrote to Karl Marx, and he says, an ounce of action is worth a ton of theory. And I've actually used that. I use that with my, when I was a kid, my police officers, they all thought I was a Marxist anyway, so that's where it went. But what I said is, we actually, when we're delivering a service to our communities, it's about what we do. And that was more and more important than actually read a strategy. And I think I was forever just saying, just give it to me on one sheet of paper, and let's see how we can make it happen. But sometimes we didn't actually have long, detailed about it. We just had some very, very simple ideas, but it was about action, it was about making things happen. And some of those things were different. We did things differently here, particularly around the youth issues, but I think it was very, very important to do that. Sonia, Sonia Mahesh here. I've worked, I don't know where Mahesh is. Mahesh, can you just stand there? Oh, Jason's here as well, who's helped us tremendously. But I relied very, very heavily on Sonia Mahesh, and John's here, who's been working as chair of the Mothers Against Gangs. The project had bizarre, really, because now, for those of you who ever wondered what a warrant card looks like, it's very, very boring. I lose it. When I hand it in, I'm going to be sad because I've loved this job. It's been phenomenal. And the reason why I'm going is because after 30 years, and some of you will be surprised that I'm old enough to be done 30 years in the police, but I started when I was 10. But it will give me an opportunity to do something different. And the interesting thing, and I just really want to emphasise this, I had a very interesting conversation with Doreen Lawrence, Stephen Lawrence's mother, and it's the 20th anniversary of the murder of Stephen Lawrence. And I was asked to do an interview for the ITV programme. And I said that there were lots of good things, and I think Navi has mentioned a lot of progress that's made, and Alderman Keith Thomas has mentioned how the progress has been made. But one of the things that I still feel very frustrated about is that we haven't reflected the communities, our communities, in the police service. And that's really, very important to do. And I just think it's a complete myth to say that our communities, Asian, Black, African, Caribbean communities, don't want to join the police service. I think it's a complete myth. Why wouldn't you want to join the organisation and have the kind of experiences that I've had, and the opportunities that I've had? So I've made it very, very clear that we, i.e. the police, we need to do more connecting with the young Asian men and women, young African young men, women, and Caribbean young men and women, make sure that we do absolutely everything to make sure those individuals that want to join, and there are lots and lots of them that want to join, we need to, it's us, the police, that need to make that happen. And I've started reading to a group of children in a school in Tottenham, and it's in the middle of Tottenham, and it's where I started policing. I was a home police officer on a rural farm, and when I asked the children in the class how many of them wanted to become police officers, virtually all of them were put their hand up, and about half of them wanted to come to a police station. And I just think we've really got to get past that myth that our communities don't want to join the police service, and we must be encouraging our young people to join the organisation and look at the impact that they can have in changing. And it's about cultural intelligence. And we talk about IQs, we talk about emotional intelligence, but it's our cultural intelligence. And some of the key things that people mention, my passion for working with young people, that has come from how I was brought up. You talked about how I've made women's issues at the forefront of how I'm dealing with crime. That was the influence of my mother. So I think it's about making sure we get our cultural influences and take those and utilise them in the organisation. So I've had a brilliant career. There's been some ups, some downs, but mainly ups. I've had 22 different postings, and I thought I'd just like to end by when I cycle. Please know I'm still cycling. I cycle to the tube station, and I got because my suit. I wanted to arrive slightly smart, but I've still got my cycling shoes on. You noticed it. I was hoping you'd bring your pitch shoes in as well.
Yeah, I was.
And your helmet, yeah. But I thought I'd try and arrive here because I went to an event not so long ago where I cycled in my suit, and I arrived and found out I'd split my trousers. So I thought I don't end up in that kind of position where I end up to split my trousers. The hairdresser kindly came to pick me up from the railway station. What the story was I was going to tell you. Yeah. But it's very, very important that we continue and really appreciate what a fantastic place Harrow is. And I was asked by a young man in the car, sorry I've forgotten his name, with Mahesh, he said, what's your favourite posting? He said, you've done 30 years, I think he's just trying to be very, very funny, because he's young, he assumes I'm very old, probably right, compared to yourself, I am very, very old. And actually my favourite posting was Harrow. It was when I arrived here, a couple of months after I arrived here, the local commander wanted to move me to Brenton, with all due respect to very excited, and I thought actually this would be a great opportunity. But then I thought actually I've met some phenomenal people, and this wouldn't be fair on the relationships I've built with a whole wide range group of people from all different faiths, different organisations, and I was really pleased that I said no, and I'm pleased that I actually stayed in HARROW. And I'd just like to end by saying thank you to each and every single one of you for coming along tonight. I've had a great career. Please make my successor, Simon, who is starting on the borough. He's a very committed individual, wants to work very closely with the community, and I've spoken to him several times. I'll be meeting with him, and I'm sure you will show him the kind of support that he's shown to me. Thank you very much.
Earlier on, we saw a dance by Meera. What a fantastic dance, and it went on, and I was perspiring that this girl is going to faint now, but she has got tremendous energy. Thank you very much, Meera. Do any of you watch Saregama? Saregamapa? If you saw Saregama in 2008, Saregama brings out the top artists from each continent. And UK was represented in 2008 by Rashida. Thank you, Rashid, for this entertainment this evening. We still have to hear some more song from you. In the meantime, I would request Dr. Rajesh Parmar to say a few words.
Thank you very much, Mr. Babu, to give us the opportunity to celebrate and not to tell him bye-bye, but is welcoming again and again in HARROW. Mr. Babu is supporting all the community for many years, especially in HARROW, when we start Navratri, especially Navratri. When you go to the Navratri, there is you have to hire special security guard to protect your community and your youth group. But in HARROW, we have some security guard, but the more HARROW police will be there because of Mr. Babu. There is a lot of issue before we start the Navratri in HARROW as a center. When we start with Siddhashram and Sangat, we never have any issue because of the HARROW police. And Mahesh Bhai, Sonia, and other police officers always helping us. We have one issue, I think so last year's, when we try to organize Kavali night in Siddhashram. We have many emails, and they are threatening, we are come and we are going to close your center if you are going to carry on Kavali night in the temple. And I like challenges. Because there is the truth, you don't have to hide yourself. So all the email, I did not reply them. All the email I forwarded to the Mahesh Bhai and Dal Babu secretary. Then I have received a call from the Mahesh Bhai, said, please carry on. I have the authority from the Dal Babu, we are going to send the police officers. We have 2 vans, about 25 police officers in that night. And Siddhashram was full pack. The challenge is that, he said, why you are inviting Pakistani people in the temple? Why you are inviting Muslim people to sing Qawwali in the temple? And I told them, I am not here to convert your caste or convert your faith. The music haven't got any caste. The music itself, it comes from the heart, and the words is hitting you to give you more spirituality. So, again, thank you for that, because we are the only one in the England Siddhashram who celebrate and who organized Qawwali first time in the history. I spoke to, as a Hindu forum, I spoke to Arjun Bhai. And I said, Arjun Bhai, this is the issue, what we can do. He said, carry on what you are doing. Because the diversity is the most important in the life. Diversity is the most important. Why? What you are doing, you carry on. Don't make other people to change. And Siddhashram is going to carry on all the time what they like to support the local community, get together. Sonia also helping the children's and other all the issues. That's why we are grateful to Dal Babu. We have the great police officer in HARROW. We have many challenges from the on faith, sometimes from the on family, sometimes from the on people. But if we're scared, then we cannot do anything in the life. So I think so this is the good message which is we have. We have to do what we like for the community, not for yourself. If you do that, then the government and council, officers, always giving you help all the time. Thank you very much, Napa. Also, we have special guest from India who came today. Actually, he got visa on the Navaratri time. He's like my older brother. He's in Valsad district. He's a very reputed person in Valsad district. And in the Valsad district, when there is a Ramzan, and the people, Muslim people from the Valsad district, he's the one. So all that Muslim brothers came to temple and they opened that Ramzan. So he do very good diversity work in Valsad district. He came today and the immigration stopped him in the airport today. He said, you got visa on Navaratri time. Why you are coming today? He said, there is a function, HARROW commander, and there is a private party, so I am going there to like a guest. He said, yeah, you cannot go in private party. You got visa as a Navaratri, is a public event. So why you are going to a private party? So lucky I was there at the airport. I called the immigration officer. I said, what is the problem? Why are you stopping him? He got 2-year visa. He said, why? He told me he is going in private party. He got the visa for the public. I said, private party for the HARROW police is not private. I said, HARROW police is not private. So the Borough commander, we are very, very lucky to have a Borough commander like him. So we are celebrating and we are doing some party for him. So that is a public party. And he said, okay, thank you very much. So thank you to you again. So I would like to request him to say a few words.
अभी था प्रवीण की एक सूफी सॉन्ग आपने सुना, उसमें एक लाइन शायद आप लोग समझे भी नहीं होंगे। मैं आपको बताता हूँ क्या था। मंदिर तोड़ो मस्जिद तोड़ो, वही था। मंदिर तोड़ो मस्जिद तोड़ो, ना कोई उजायका है, पर दिल मत तोड़ किसी का बंदे, ये घर खास खुदा का है। डाल बाबू को तो मैं 2 वर्ष पहले जब यहाँ प्रोग्राम था नवरात्रि फेस्टिवल, तब इनकी व्यवस्था यहाँ पर देखी। शरद पूनम का प्रोग्राम था, तब साथ में यहाँ नीचे हेरो के मेयर थे, यहाँ के एमपी थे, मेरे भाई डॉक्टर राजेश जी ने और कांति भाई ने यहाँ जो आयोजन किया था, बड़ी सुंदर व्यवस्था यहाँ पर इन लोगों की ओर से थी। जहाँ जाते हो ए बिस्मिल, जहाँ जाते हो ए बिस्मिल, क्योंकि सब इन्हीं का नाम ले रहे हैं यहाँ बैठ के, डाल बाबू डाल बाबू। जहाँ जाते हो ए बिस्मिल जमा देते हो रंग अपना, जहाँ जाते हो ए बिस्मिल जमा देते हो रंग अपना, तुम्हारा नाम रहता है जुबान अहले महफिल में, तुम्हारा नाम रहता है जुबान अहले महफिल में। इनके जो कार्य की प्रशंसा तो सभी ने की यहाँ पर। एक सूफी संत की लाइन बोलूँगा मैं, जो आज तक इन्होंने हेरो के लिए किया है या ब्रिटेन के लिए किया है, और आज खास भारत से जो मैं आया हूँ वो इन्हीं के लिए आया हूँ। इन्होंने कहा कि आप आइए, एक प्रोग्राम है, तो मैंने कहा समय नहीं है, 4 ही दिन का है। तो बोले 4 दिन में तो पूरी दुनिया पूरी हो जाती है। मैंने कहा 2 दिन बचे हैं, 2 दिन बाकी है। बोले यहाँ आके पूरा करो। बहुत ही अच्छा एक सूफी संत ने गाया है, ऊंच नीच सारे भेद भाव की दीवारों को तोड़ो, ऊंच नीच सारे भेद भाव की दीवारों को तोड़ो, बदला जमाना तुम भी बदलो, बुरी आदत छोड़ो, ऊंच नीच सारे भेद भाव की दीवारों को तोड़ो, बदला जमाना तुम भी बदलो, बुरी आदत छोड़ो, जीवो और जीने दो सबको, यह सिद्धांत बनाया, सबसे कर लो प्रेम, जगत में कोई नहीं पराया, यहाँ कोई नहीं पराया। खूब खूब धन्यवाद देता हूँ और मेरे छोटे भाई राजेश जी को इस कार्यक्रम के लिए यहाँ पर बुलाया है। धन्यवाद।
Thank you. Also, thank you to Councillor Bhagwanji Chauhan, who invited all that brand councillor in Harrow Borough. Thank you very much.
Dal Babu, we had 2 messages. One from Keith Watts, who wanted to come, but due to prior engagement, he can't be here this evening. The other one is from Mr. C.B. Patel, Asian Voice Gujarat Samachar. He came back from India yesterday and he wanted to come, and he phoned just half an hour ago saying that he's still not caught up with the time difference, so he can't be here, but he wishes you all the best. now we come to the end of the evening. Can I, before we close, I would like to inform all of you that every other Monday there will be police surgery at Siddhashram Shakti Center. You can get more information from the ashram. Finally, can we all say a very big thank you for Dal Babu for his contribution to